Hi, welcome back from spring break. I hope you guys are all staying healthy and well. We are starting a new chapter today, and if you read my post on the stream, then you know that this is a very important chapter. This chapter this chapter is important for Math 3 and any college level math class that you might take. So we got to work hard and make sure we're understanding everything in this chapter. Like I said in the post, if you need help, you can always email me. You can message me by writing a private comment on Google Classroom. You can message me on our Mind. Contact me anyway. I'll even set up a video chat on Google Meet with you if you need help. I am here to help in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so what you need to do this right now is you need to either copy this down in your notebook. If you don't have your notebook, then you can write down a blank piece of paper, because at the end of this, you are going to take a picture of your work and upload it to Google Classroom for me to grade. If you're super fancy and you have a printer at home, you can easily print this out. That would work too. But I know the majority of people don't have printers at home, so that's fine. Okay, so right now you need to have paper to write on, or this paper, whatever. You need to have something to write with, a pencil, and you need to have the Desmos calculator open. So I put a link on this assignment for a Desmos calculator because I know you guys, the majority of you don't have calculators at home. And if we were in class right now, we would be using my calculators up on the wall. So I linked a good calculator that you can use while you're at home. So paper, pencil, and then the online calculator. That's what you need to have ready to go right now. Okay, let's get started. Bam, bam. So I have the first two questions right here up on my screen in 9.1.1, section 9.1.1. So write that down. I'm just kidding. No, but really write that down. So we're going to do these first two together, and then you're going to do the rest on your own, and then take a picture of it, upload it to Google Classroom for me to grade. Okay? So let's look at this first question. I guess first of all, I should tell you, what is this chapter about? Chapter 9 is about transformations. So we're going to start off by transforming quadratics. So we're going to go back to working with parabolas. So we are going to, yay, parabolas. We're doing quadratics, working with parabolas. Transformations, here we go. So this very first question is asking us to graph this parabola right here. It says graph y equals, or f of x equals x squared. Now I know this is a parabola because there's a squared in the equation, right? That always means it's a parabola. So the way that we're going to graph these today is we're going to fill out the table and then just plot the points and connect them to make our parabolas. So as you can see on the table here, I have a list of x values right here, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to take those x values and we're going to plug them in for x, just like we did back in chapter 5. So this is where the online calculator is going to come in handy. So we're replacing the x with all of these numbers here. So we're starting with that -3. So I'm going to plug in a -3 for x right there. So on my calculator, I'm going to type -3 squared. But I need to make sure that I'm putting it in parentheses. Parentheses is always important. So let me switch over to my online calculator. Bam, here it is. So you see that little keyboard down in the bottom? You can pop that up and you can use these buttons, -3, close parentheses, and then see the squared button right there? Bam, -3 squared is 9, right? Because -3 times -3 is 9, right? So now I'm going to go back to my table and I'm going to write 9 on my table next to the -3. And it's really hard for me to write on a laptop. Just so you know, so my handwriting is going to be really, really sloppy. Okay, next number is -2. So let's plug the -2 into the calculator. But instead of retyping the whole thing, I'm just going to highlight the 3 and make it a 2. So -2 squared is 4. Plug it in on my table. dun, dun. Write that in. 4. And then negative 1 squared. Negative 1 squared is 1. Bam. Now let's do 0. 0 squared. 0 squared is 0. And then if I plug the rest of these numbers in on the calculator, then I should get 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, and then 3 squared is 9. Ooh, my handwriting's getting better. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to plot all of these numbers on our graph. So let's plot all the points. Okay, so the first one is negative 3, bam, and then 9. Negative 3, 9. That is right there. And then negative 2, 4 is right there. Okay, and then negative 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, and then 2, 4, 3, 9. I feel weird talking to myself. Okay, and I'm going to try and connect these points to the best of my ability without making it look ugly. Yes. Bam! Beautiful. Okay, that's our parabola. So I want to tell you something really cool about this parabola. This parabola, right, that goes with this equation, right? The equation, let me highlight it again with a different color. This equation right here, this x squared. This is what's called the parent function. Watch this. Ready for a magic trick? Bam! Parent function. This is called the parent function because this is the original parabola. So what that means is all other parabolas are based off of this parabola. This is literally the original OG parabola. That's why it's called like the parent. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it makes the rest of the parabolas. Okay, so x squared is the original parent function. So all other parabolas are based off of this parabola. So let's write down what is the vertex. What are the coordinates for the vertex? So remember, the vertex is either the lowest point on a parabola or the highest point on a parabola. The vertex is always in the middle. That's this guy. Bam. Right here. Oh, I made that look ugly. Can I redo it? I want to redo. Ugh. Oh, that's going to be too big. How about, that's a good size. Okay, right there. That is our vertex. And what are those coordinates? 0, 0. So let's write 0, 0 in right there. Okay, so that's our original OG parent function parabola. Let's do the next one. So on this one, we see our function is x squared, or I lied, it's not x squared, it's x plus 1 squared. X plus 1 squared. So we're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're going to take all of these numbers, all of these x values, and we're going to plug them in for x right there. So the first one, for example, negative 4, right? You see the negative 4? So we're going to do negative 4 plus 1 squared. And then we're going to take the negative 3. We're going to do negative 3 plus 1 squared. And then we're going to take the negative 2. And we're going to go negative 2 plus 1 squared. So let's do it. Let's go back to our calculator. What was that first number? Negative 4? Here, let me erase this. Restart. Okay. Negative 4 plus 1. And then where's my squared button? Bam. Negative 4 plus 1 squared. And I get 9. Let's write it in. 9. Oh, that was good. Okay. Now let's do the negative 3. So I'm going to change this guy to a negative 3. Negative 3 plus 1 squared gives me 4. So let me plug the 4 on. Let's write 4 on our table. Am I going too fast? Well, good thing you can pause this video and rewind whenever you want. Okay, -2. Let's change it to a -2. -2 plus 1 squared gives me a 1. Let's write that in. 1. And then let's do -1. -1 plus 1 squared is 0. Let's write that in. And then I'm going to be lazy and just tell you what the rest of them are, but you can double check them by doing it on the calculator yourself if you would like. So pause this video and fill the rest in. Ready? You should be getting 1, 4, 9. Bam. So yes, I do realize that all of these numbers are the same as the first table. That is not going to be the case on all of the questions on this paper. That is, I'd like to say it's a coincidence, but it's really not a coincidence because remember how this is like the parent parabola and then all other parabolas are based off of this parabola? That's why all these numbers are the same. But I promise you the graph will not look exactly the same. The graph will be slightly different, and that's the important part that we're focusing on today. So let's see how this graph turns out different. Are you ready? Let's graph it. Okay, -4, 9. -4, 9. -3, 4. -2, 1. -1, 0. 0, 1. I just had a brain fart, but I figured it out. Okay, 1, 4. And then 2, 9. Did you finish graphing it before me? If you did, good job. Okay. Let's connect the points and try and make a pretty parabola. Oh, I messed up a little bit. Bam, there you go. Oh, I tried to fix it. Okay, there we go. There's our parabola. So now, it's the exact same shape because it's a parabola. But is it in the exact same spot as the original parabola? Where do you see the vertexes? Do you see where it is? Let me highlight it for you. It's right there. Bam, that's the vertex. Is it in the same spot as the parent function? You should have noticed that this parabola shifted in a certain direction when you're comparing it to the parent parabola. It has shifted in a certain direction. So go ahead and answer number 4 down below. How is this graph, see it? How is this graph different than the graph in number 1? How did it shift? How did it shift? Write your answer in and then tell me what you get. Okay, you should have written that this parabola shifted 1 unit to the left. Did you notice that? How it shifted 1 unit to the left? If you did, good job. Now you're going to be answering the rest of these questions like this, right? So there's a bunch more parabolas that you're going to be graphing, and you're going to be answering how did it shift, in what direction, and how many units, right? Let's write down the coordinates for this vertex. Let's see, there's my green dot, and it's at -1, 0. So let me write that. -1, 0. Bam, bam. All done. At least I'm done. You have the rest of it to do. And then you're going to upload a picture of your work onto Google Classroom. On the assignment, I posted another little video. If you don't know how to upload pictures to Google Classroom, I made a little video showing you how to do that. So when you're done, make sure you upload a picture of your work. And that's it. If you need help, feel free to reach out. I am bored, so I am happy to help. That's that. All right. Good luck with the rest of this. Please reach out if you need help. And that's it. Bye.